We have Chase here from Kaizen.
Yep.
Kaizen Creative. Photographer for real estate, photos, rentals, Airbnbs, Verbos, you name it.
Anything real estate.
Nice. All right. So I want to bring him in here today because photos are super important. And what we're seeing is we see a lot of home buyers will look online and determine whether or not they want to buy the house or even go look at the house based on photos right out of the gate. So if you don't have amazing photos, you could just eliminate yourself right away and not even have buyers look at your house. You don't want to use this. We see this too much where the people go and shoot it, right?
Yeah, way too much.
And it's inexpensive right now. It's gone down way.
For sure.
I think it's inexpensive.
For sure.
Especially to have good photos. And we have so much technology with video, things like that, why not? That's what buyers are wanting. As a seller, you should be doing this. You should not be using this. You should have professional photos done. So let's talk about this. So social media is kind of pushing video. They're pushing, nice high quality photos. As a seller, what do I need to do to prepare my home to get it ready?
The first thing is, one, you want to declutter your house. That's the big thing. You want to get rid of all of the loose items, the hampers, the extra dirty dish rack on the kitchen counter, your trash cans in the corner of the rooms, and stuff like that don't sell the house, right? You want to make sure everything looks pristine, open. The major thing is you just want to make sure it looks like a model home. If you can, when you walk into a model home, you're not going to be seeing a bunch of hampers and things left out.
It's even like your bathroom, right? Because I see that, I'll go into a home and there's like a bathroom. They got all their soaps there, their shampoos are all still there, their toys are there for the kids to play.
Toothbrush is out and your toothpaste and all that kind of stuff.
Same thing with the kitchen. You've got stuff everywhere, magnets on the fridge, cereal boxes.
On top of it, yeah. All that kind of stuff. Like your Keurig, your fancy cappuccino machine in the corner, your tabletop mixer, those are all good. I wouldn't move those if they look good, but it's the clutter. It's the stuff that's not there on a daily basis that can be hidden. Put it in the counter, put it in the pantry. Hidden.
So
yes.
We're getting ready for photos. Doesn't have to be gone and packed away. You're just hiding stuff so when you come and arrive, you can get those shots.
Because most of the times we're not doing closets. We're not doing unless it's like a big grandiose closet. If it's gonna sell the house, then sure. But stick things in the closets, hide them away, just put them around the corner, or into a drawer real quick, or something quick. It doesn't have to be moved into a storage unit, or
Okay. So declutter is number one. Number two, should we say, is lighting?
Yes, lighting is definitely huge. You want to make sure all your blinds are open. You want to make sure lights and lamps, all of that is on. Any light that we can put in the house, the better. The photos are going to look a lot better.
So as far as light bulbs, if I have my vanity in my bathroom, I don't want to have two different colors of shades of light bulbs, right?
Yep. If you look at it and they look like different colors, we definitely want to just change it out. If you've got another color in another room, we can swap them out, that kind of stuff.
Okay.
Especially if you have white walls, you want to make sure you have the daylight bulbs, or the, not blue, but the white bulbs, and not the yellowy orange bulbs.
Okay. So lighting, turn on all the lights, light bulbs, open up the blinds. Now I know a lot of people open up blinds and the window's dirty.
Yes,
that's
a great step. So make sure you just use some Windex, use some Scotch-Brite pads. You use some any window cleaner really is going to take off a lot of the stuff. Okay. And on the exterior, if you have got a window that's right by a sprinkler head, you've got hard water, just do the best you can.
Why does this help though? Why are we wanting to do this?
Because you want to see out the window, right? So when I'm taking a photo and there's several windows across the wall, how we take photography is you can see out. So you can see the blue sky, you can see the green grass, you can see out. Say you're on lakefront property, there's a lake outside or a good view outside. If those windows are dirty, you're not going to see that.
Okay.
Even if you have a neighbor next door, you want to be able to see out the window and make sure it's not hazy and it looks dirty, right?
Yeah.
And that'll show up on photography.
Okay. Perfect. How about, I notice I see this a lot in the basements where you've got the window well. Here in Utah we have window wells, and there's
stuff
in the window wells.
There's tumbleweeds that have fallen in there from a windstorm, or you've got screens that have fallen off and just kind of lying there sideways, or you've got all these tall weeds and you can't even see out it. You just stick your weed whacker down there and just kind of jiggle it around. It'll get all the other stuff out, or pull the screens out, just stuff like
Clean
that.
it up.
And, yeah.
Okay. So
That's
and
a
you
good
have a
point.
list. You have a list of stuff
Sure.
that you like buyers or sellers to prepare for. So
Yep.
we'll attach that list here. So there's a bunch
Cool.
more items that we want sellers to prepare for.
Yep.
As far as, let's talk about staging right now, because a lot of times, people think, oh, the market's crazy. I don't need to stage my home. It'll sell like that. But staging is super important, especially like if I have older furniture in a home and it's not modern up to date. Instead of me going and spending all this money on furniture, we can virtually stage it.
Yep.
So talk to me about
Sure.
virtual staging.
Sure. And the first comment I want to say is, sure, the house will sell, but will you get top dollar for it? Those are two different things. Like, sure, you can sell it and take a discount because it looks dated, but why do that when you can virtually stage something for
Spend a little bit of money
a
virtually
fraction of a
staging.
cost of
Okay.
real staging? And there's
Okay.
two real steps for that. There is removal. If you do have dated furniture, if there's that old chair you've had for 20 years in the corner, we can remove things from rooms.
Okay.
And then we can also add, using editing, whole sets of furnitures, and that includes couches, rugs, photos on the wall.
Patio furniture.
Yep,
Make the backyard.
sure.
And I've noticed this because I've noticed that a lot of, back in the day, staging, when they try to edit it in, it looked bad. But
Yeah.
now you almost can't tell the difference
Yes.
between virtual staging and whether it's real or not.
Yeah, I totally agree. We've got a whole team of photographers, so I'm not seeing every house we go into, and then I go back, look at other stuff, and sometimes I look and I'm like, wait, did we virtually stage that, or was that actually there? So it's funny seeing that. Even from my end of things, sometimes it's very hard to tell.
You can touch up the lawn, you can touch things up.
Green grass, we can remove doggy doo-doo in the back, we can do all that kind of stuff.
Okay, perfect. And that as the seller helps you, because I know a lot of sellers are worried about
Stressed, trying to get things
Do
ready.
I have to spend more to stage? Do I have to
Yeah.
do this? We can do a lot of that through photography.
Yeah, through
Okay.
editing and we want to make sure the house looks the best it can.
Okay, perfect. So as far as that goes, let's talk about, the different types of photos. So
Sure.
we have, the classic photos that you come in and take, the stills, but we're seeing a lot of 3D walk tours.
Sure.
Matterport.
Yeah, Matterport is the name brand, especially in this market. Matterport, the best way to describe it if you don't know what we're talking about is Google Street View, but for inside the house.
Okay.
So you see like the little dots on the ground, you click on it and it kind of jumps you to that spot. You can look left, right, up, down, whole 360. You can look all around as if you were in the house without actually having to be in the house. You could be on your couch at home and see the entire house.
So if you have, and that I think is a great way to show off a house, because sometimes it's hard to get the angle.
In the flow, it's not just one angle, right? Because you can look left, you can look right, you can see a flow, and if you have a great floor plan you're trying to show off, if there's a unique floor plan or trying to show how rooms can connect to each other, Matterport is great for that.
Even like the backyard, you can show
Sure.
the back. Like if you have an amazing backyard, you
Yeah.
can go and show that, like what it would look like to stand on the patio.
Yep. And if
Okay.
there's, main or master bedroom balconies, or if there's balconies off stuff, a picture you could see, okay, there's a balcony, but what room does that connect to? The Matterport
see.
shows, oh, it's right off the master, or it's right off of, there's a walkout basement or something like that.
And that makes sense because a lot of seller or buyers are buying a home sight unseen, and they're not really sight unseen because they are going through and virtually being able to
Walk
be there.
through it, yeah.
And a lot of people are buying homes without actually physically going and looking at them.
In a competitive market like this,
Yes.
if you wait to go see it, it might be off the market by the time you submit an offer.
And so that's super important. As a seller, you want all these features at your house so that way you're not eliminating your buyer pool of people looking to buy.
Exactly. And when you provide that, yeah, exactly what you said. If your house and house B has a Matterport and the other one doesn't, then that could be a leg up that you'll get the offer sooner.
Or get more
Rather
money
later.
out of it by spending a little bit of money and doing
Yeah.
these services. Okay, so let's jump over to drones because I know drones, drones are cool. They provide a lot of good footage. Are they for every house?
I would say no, but for most houses.
Okay.
The three main things that I look for if I'm going to recommend a drone photo shoot for a house is the location. if you're trying to show off something around it, if there's a point of interest, if there's a shopping center or maybe a church or something nearby that can entice that area versus other ones. Say you're on a golf course, that's a big one that we love and recommend drone footage too.
I know a lot of them here, like, because we're along the bench, like the east bench.
Yep.
You don't get that feel of the mountains. Like when you're standing at the house and you see this grand mountain right behind you, you don't get that feel. But with the drone, you can zoom out and see how that home sits against the mountain.
Yeah, for sure. And especially in that same scenario is, if the street is a lot lower than the house is and you're having to look up at it, as a photographer, if it's only ground photography that we get hired for, then we're having to sit here and zoom straight up. And if I'm sure if you've seen, you look at a skyscraper, you look up, it kind of looks like it's almost tilting back just from the angle. Okay. But a drone, it can get up and get level with the house, and it makes the photos look just a lot better.
Okay.
A lot more true to life.
Okay. So you have drone photos, you got Matterport, like the 3D walkthrough, you have your normal photos. What else are we needing for a good photo, like to help market your house for a seller?
I think that our videos are great. Okay. So instead of just having, even a Matterport is a still image, is nothing's moving, right? Well, having a cinematic, video that walks you through the house and can sell the features of the house. Everyone's on, if you're watching this, you're watching a video.
Yeah.
If you're on YouTube and how big YouTube is and Reels and TikTok, people are watching a lot of more video content these days than just photography like Instagram used to be 10 years ago, right?
Yeah.
So having a cinematic video done where it sells the house and the agent can be in the video and sell them, like, hey, check out these awesome, Viking stove that, and you turn it on, you can actually move and talk about the house and
help sell the features and the benefits of the house.
Instead of just having, a list of features, you can talk about it and actually show people,
okay,
oh, well, this, walk-in closet it's so big that you can put a chair in here so you can get ready in your closet. You don't have to be pulling stuff out and moving and videos has been great, and it's getting so big these days.
So we have virtual staging, we have video.
Yep.
Matterport, kind of that 3D look, the stills. Is there anything else I'm missing? Our drones, we have drones.
Yep, drones too. Another thing is that goes kind of along the same side as the virtual staging is our other virtual or editing features.
Okay.
Part of that is Twilights. So we have kind of two different versions of our Twilights. Some that are actually taken at twilight, at sunset.
Okay.
That can have that beautiful sunset. If you've got a good view, it can show the view with the beautiful sunset in it. But most of the time, you're not going to have that beautiful sunset every night. You can't count on that, right? So we also offer virtual Twilights. So we can just take a normal photo we took during the day, and we just, edit a sky in there, make the windows look like they're all, warm and cozy inside,
okay,
and make it look as if it was taken at twilight, but it doesn't take a second appointment at night. There's no additional time for the seller or the buyer or whoever orders these. It's all on our end, and it's a lot more consistent of a product, and because you know what you're going to get. It's all
another way to sell the house. It's
Yeah.
another feature you're trying to do to attract more buyers to your home
Yeah.
as a seller to hopefully get more money.
For sure, and part of that is making sure that your home separates itself among the competition.
Okay.
And you have a beautiful Twilight photo and the other houses don't, then you're going to stand out.
Okay, perfect. So we kind of talked about those for sellers to help out with sellers. Now let's kind of talk about renting side, because we're seeing a lot with Vrbo, Airbnb, or just renting your house out as an investor.
Yeah.
And I see it a lot too, where they'll go and the property manager will take a couple photos, post it online, and again, the seller market, if you have great photos, you're going to get more per month, or out of your Airbnb or Vrbo or short-term rental, you're going to get a lot more money out of it.
Especially if you're renting, this, like I've said before, it separates you, but it also, when renting, will attract a higher end tenant. So in renting, you don't want someone who's going to trash the house or be loud and disrupt people and all that kind of stuff. Or the worst tenants are the ones who aren't going to pay you. But higher end photography is going to attract those higher end tenants, which are going to be paying on time and pay more, honestly.
And you can see the flow, like you said, flow of the house,
Yeah,
the Matterport.
for
You
sure.
can actually,
All of this.
I look at it myself.
through.
I don't want to have to go out and show my property to someone who's like, oh yeah, I don't like the flow of it. Don't like the look of this. Or they could have went to a 3D or Matterport picture of it and tore it, and then I'm out.
Yeah.
Or, oh yeah, I want to see this. That way you as a landlord are not showing homes to people and wasting your time.
Better just kicking tires, right?
Yeah. Okay. So rental, super important. Short-term rentals, super important also to have that in your arsenal for your marketing.
Yeah, and I'm sure that all of us, if we go to rent an Airbnb or a Vrbo or even at a hotel, we're looking at the photos to see what the room looks like, right?
Yeah.
And if it looks like crap, then you're probably not going to be renting from there.
Yeah. Okay. So rentals, and then I also see a lot of land. So you have a lot, piece of property. Do I just go take a photo of it? What would you suggest on that?
It's very hard to photograph a lot, right? So either down here and all you're seeing is a bunch of dirt, or for your average Joe, you can't really showcase what it is. So with our lot packages, it includes ground photos and it includes drone.
Okay.
So on every single land listing that we do, we're doing drone, because with lots, it's location, 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 right? Like sure, the size matters, but if it's in a bad location, then you're probably gonna be buying something else. So with those drone photos, we're showing the area, we're showing those points of interest. If it's, by lakefront or a golf course or those areas, those features, and the ground photos are great for showing the subdivision or showing the amenities around it or other things like that just a picture of dirt's not going to show.
So what you're trying to do is put it in the buyer's mind of what they're seeing outside of just that photo. You're kind of saying, hey.
They're not really buying the dirt. They want to buy the area and what's around it and that kind of stuff.
Okay, perfect. All right, so let's talk about agent stuff. If I'm an agent, what services do you provide to me to help me to go ahead and try to get that deal for that seller or try to get that listing? What services do you provide to an agent?
Our most popular agent services are headshots and making sure that you can look great. Another thing is what we call lifestyle photography. Say you're doing an open house for a seller and you're selling the house and you want to showcase that this house is on the market and there's a lot of people coming through and there's a lot of people seeing it. We can come out, photograph that. We can be posting that. Some people even put it on the MLS. Some people put it on their social media. They put it on business cards, all that kind of stuff, and marketing flyers, all that kind of stuff.
So you do that for the agent. You also provide what's called a property landing page for the agent.
Yes.
Talk about that.
That's a great one. So the property landing page or website, or there's a bunch of different names for it, is one link you can give someone that has all of the content we've talked about. Okay. So it can have the photos, it can have the drone, it can have the Matterport, the video, all of that all on one single page. And this is a great thing that I always recommend my agents and clients to, give this to your sellers, and then they can post that to their Facebook or their Twitter or all their social media. And so then when they share that and say, hey, we're moving, everyone else can go on that one link and see everything instead of having to, just post the photos or just post one of those things. One page to sell it all. And then we also provide a box at the bottom to get in touch with your agent. So say the seller posts it to their Facebook, one of their friends sees that and says, oh, I wonder if that's an old fireplace, or they have a question about the house. They don't have to go to the seller, so it can save them time, and that form at the bottom will go right to their agent who's the expert on the property and can help answer that question a lot easier.
Nice. So today, kind of wrap up, super important pictures. Sellers with technology, it's making it super easy for sellers to get their home on the market, but help to get top dollar by spending a little bit. Yep. You're spending a little bit, but it's helping to showcase your home, your features and benefits that you have as a home to prospective buyers. And that's what I kind of want to stress the importance of today. So we have the staging, the removal of stuff, just the 3D picture. I mean, there's so much available. Yeah. We should be using this because buyers are demanding it and wanting it. They're wanting to see this. Don't you agree with that?
Yeah, and I talk to so many of my clients and they look at it in an ROI or return on investment side. You spend a little bit on some marketing for the property, hopefully, and in most times you'll get much more back on the getting top dollar for your house or rental or Airbnb or other things like that.
Okay, great. We're going to have some information tagged below, so if that way you want to look at the, some of the steps to get your home ready, some of the different ins and outs, before and after of the photos, we're going to have them linked below. Again, super important. Photography and real estate, they go together, and it's going to help you as a seller, also as a buyer, to help get more money for the house or to help see the house of your dreams and find the right one. So again, we're here today with Kaizen Creative.
Yep.
A local Utah photographer. If you have any questions, we'll have his information below, but feel free to reach out to us. We'd be glad to help you to help get your home ready for those photos.